So we just went out to the theater to see the new movie Night Patrol, which is a Shudder film. So this will be on Shudder some point in this year. And this is one with Justin Long as well as CM Punk, which I forget what his actual real name is. It was in the credits, but I always forget what his actual name is. You got Dermot Mulroney here, which is that guy's in every fucking thing we watch. Like every third thing we watch, I swear he's in. And then even Flying Lotus, the director of Ash, is in here as well. So this is this is plot synopsis. The Night Patrol is a police force for the LAPD that also happens to be vampires, and they hunt down gang members and drain them dry.
Yep.
And one of the gang members from the Crips has an interaction with them and then is on the run and has to make an unlikely alliance to try to stay alive. I'm just going to get right to it. I thought this was absolutely fucking terrible. I was kind of shocked by how awful I thought this was, especially going into it, being a pretty decent fan of the director's previous film, Low Life. Not Low Life's, the Tubi movie, Low Life, with the Mexican wrestler. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, check it out. It's a good movie. This is not. I have a lot to say about it, but what'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it pretty extensively in our drive home. Overall, I was not a fan of the film. I thought that the first half was going okay, but the latter half of the film was kind of where it really lost me. I just think that everything in the third act gets pretty messy. Like, the action is messy, the storytelling is messy. I was kind of confused on a few different things, and I just didn't really like the way things got wrapped up ultimately. So yeah, I don't know. It was kind of a shame. I was definitely thinking this was going to be a little bit more like a funner film for me, I suppose. There are some funny things that happen that I actually thought were quite silly. But overall, yeah, I wasn't a fan. So.
The tone of this movie is so all over the
weird.
place. It's like super serious at moments and then super like goofy. I could not get a read on what tone this movie was going for. The dialogue in this film, the way it's delivered, the way it's written. There is so many moments where I was genuinely like cringing from how bad I thought things were. Right? And nothing made any sense in the last act. And nothing was very clear anywhere in the film at all. There's, as I said, there's stuff that's happening in the ending that I was like genuinely like, I felt like almost secondhand embarrassment from how bad I thought certain things were. Where I was just like, I don't understand how these things happen.
I didn't have that, but I did have a lot of confusion about things for sure.
Yeah. I just genuinely thought there were some moments in this that were so dumb and so cringy to me that I was like shocked by it. This is once again, I was telling this to Kaylee before we went and saw this, and I probably should have listened to my own prediction. In the last like 5+ years, more even, Justin Long has not made a good horror film, has not been attached to a good horror project that has not been directed by Zach Kreger. Anything else that he's touched outside of Weapons and Barbarian has been trash. Manor of Darkness, freaking Spin the Bottle, freaking Dear David, this. I hated fucking Coyotes from last year. It's just like everything he's in lately is like
doesn't work for
spells
you.
doom for me now.
Yeah.
Like now that if I see him and Zach Kreger isn't involved in the project, I'm gonna be like, uh-oh.
It's definitely a shame for sure.
Because this is like 5 or 6 projects in a row now over the last 5 years, besides the Kreger films that I'm like, bad, bad, bad,
Yeah.
bad. Right, so this did not work for me almost at all. As you had said, that first like 30 minutes, I was kind of in and out. I was like, oh, that was cool. And I did like our main lead character.
I did too.
And his brother.
Yes.
I was like, I liked them as characters.
Yeah, for sure. I was really into them.
I liked them as performers. I liked their acting. I liked them.
Yeah, I did too.
But the story around them, guys, there's so many questions that I have for this film that I know there's just no answer for. There's some goofy ass shit in this. So, like Kaylee was saying on our drive home, it's funny. There's scenes where Justin Long's character's literally just running around so frantically, and it doesn't seem to be for any real reason. And I was just like, what the fuck is happening now?
So I think because like what you said about the tone feeling like all over the place for us, I think that's really where the issue, among some other things, but like, so you can have like horror comedies where things are really ridiculous and outlandish, and there's no like explanation. Yeah. It's just ridiculous for the sake of it, and it works because you're like, that's what this is supposed to be. Like, I'm not supposed to know what's happening like fully or whatever, but because part of this film does kind of seem like it has, at least for us and the way we were like feeling towards it, there's some serious things happening, especially in the beginning. Like, there's some stuff like with relationships and just the whole like gang police like stuff that happens. Yeah. That's, you know, not treated entirely comedically.
No.
That when we get to, and even in the end too, like even in the like second half and third act where things are really ramping up and getting really insane, there is still also some really dark stuff happening.
Yes.
It's just, yeah, I think that this one, we sort of talked about it between ourselves. Like, I think there will be people that are really into this.
Yeah, it'll have its audience.
Which is great. Like, I hope that the people that it, you know, that will enjoy it find it for sure. But I was left with a lot of questions, unfortunately.
The people next to us seem to be laughing a good amount.
Yeah,
and they seem to be enjoying themselves, and I just did not laugh one time.
I laughed a few times
that were happening for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe once or twice I had like a huh. But yeah, no, the comedy didn't work for me. The dialogue didn't work for me. The story. This is one of the messiest movies I've seen in a while. Like, it is so all over the place. It has no true like story-driven identity. Like, where I'm like, what is the exact message here? What are we even really going for? Like, I get it basically, right? Like, they have a specific message. The cops versus the gangs, and the cops are the bad guys, and whatever. I get all that stuff, but like what they're doing with the story in this movie, I genuinely just don't think that you can really piece everything together in a cohesive and satisfying way, because there's just like moments. There's this scene, I have to bring this up really quick. This was just like where I genuinely started to check out of the film completely, and this is maybe in the last 15 minutes where I was just like, okay, I'm done. I'm ready to leave. There's a scene where two characters are running and they're showing them in close-up, and they're supposed to be running, but the actors are literally just standing there doing this. It felt like it was out of a fucking like Naked Gun movie.
Yeah.
But then like there's other scenes. So there's another scene like towards the opening with a guy and a girl in a car, and the cops roll up on them, and something happens. That scene is super fucking dark and like fucked up and serious. And then there's another scene where the night patrol put on something outside of a person's house. That was so fucking stupid and so cringy to me that I was just like, this isn't real. This isn't real. Who's making these choices? And then there's something that happens between the two, like Justin Long and the main character, where they start to do something that you don't see throughout the rest of the film, and you're like,
I had
what?
so many.
Why is this happening now? Why didn't you use this ability before? Like, and then there's also things that are supposed to ward them off, and this is just either completely useless or randomly works and randomly doesn't work.
Yeah.
And you're just like, is anyone putting any thought into anything here? Because the world building in this movie is dog shit. I think that's my biggest issue with the movie, right? Yeah. Is the world building sucks so fucking bad in this movie. Nothing is consistent. Nothing is even remotely explained. Nothing feels genuine. Everything feels slapped together on the fly. It's like, we got to create lore. Ooh, this feels cool in the moment. And it's like, yeah, but it might contradict this from 5 minutes ago. Nah, gives a fuck. Just throw it in there. Why not?
Yeah.
That's why it was pissing me off. It was just contradiction after contradiction and things that were fucking felt like they were so thrown in. No, I can't. I can't with movies like this. None of this shit worked for me after like the 30-minute mark. So big thumbs down. That's a shame.
Yeah.
This year was 4 for 4 for me.
Sure.
In theaters. The theater releases. Death Name was something I watched on Tubi that I didn't like. But for theater releases, from Primate to 28 Years, right? And then Plague and We Bury the Dead.
Yeah.
Big fan of all of them.
All those were great, yeah.
Right?
Well, I don't know about Primate. I didn't see Primate, but heard it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a recommendation for me.
Sorry. Sorry, I sat through like an hour and 40 minutes of this. I get to bitch a little bit.
Bitching completed.
I was pretty flabbergasted. Appalled. Appalled is a good word.
Okay.
During some of this movie, where I was just like, oh man, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna have it out with this movie. So, as you said though, this will have an audience. There's gonna be an audience for this film that's gonna love it, and they're gonna eat it up, and they're gonna think this shit's funny as hell.
Yeah, for sure. They will be out there.
I am not one of them.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, I'm done.
That's that.
I'm done. God, this is one of those rare times, right? Like with a movie like this where I just like, I'm bummed that I'm not throwing spoilers in because there's like so many things I want to pick apart. Like, how does this make sense? But I'm fucking over it. I don't want to get in. I don't want to waste another 30 minutes sitting here bitching and being like, how did this make sense? It's a goofy movie, so maybe I shouldn't be taking it so seriously, but there's so many serious fucking moments.
Maybe that was part of our problem, is we just, totally missed the correct tone.
I guess. All right. So, it's in theaters now. I would not go to the theater to see this. It'll be on Shudder in like 3 months. So, if you have Shudder, wait for it there, in my opinion, because I think that this is not worth rolling the dice on if you're having to spend like $15 to see this.
Yeah.
Right? Like for me, just wait for it to come on Shudder. Yeah. So I'm saying don't watch it at all. But if you're even slightly interested, I don't even think this is worth a trip to the theater. But that's me. You do your own thing. Yeah. Anything more?
That's it.
All right, guys. Adios.